Hi, thank you for joining me again today. This is Tasha from Tasha's Creative Corner. Thank you for visiting my channel. Today we are going to be working on making some shot glasses. I have an order for a wedding, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to sublimate the shot glasses. I pretty much have the design that they wanted. I measured it out, and after I measured it out, I printed it in, I'm going to turn this around, I printed it in Cricut Design Space. Once I printed it, I went ahead and just cut them, because you measure ahead of time. You want to make sure that you measure, so that when you measure, you have the correct measurement that is going to go around the mugs. And so I printed those out and kind of put them in here. So I'm going to show you how I am going to wrap it. So first of all, I have one here. They want the flag. I spray some alcohol and I wipe down my surfaces before I start working with it. Get the fingerprints and stuff off. This image is mirrored, so you might see it the normal way. This is the Guyana flag, but I just turn it in when I see it is backwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on here. Let me fix this so you can see what I'm doing. Let's kind of get it straight. It's kind of like a wavy flag, so it don't have to be. I'm kind of positioning it, looking at, eyeing it, making sure that it's where I want it to be. And then I'm going to tape the bottom first, because I don't want the image to move. It makes it a little bit easier if I have the bottom taped. Then I'm going to tape the top. And then I tape down the sides. And the other side. And then for the back, we have the wedding information. And so I'm going to go ahead and just wipe here again. It's still wet, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe that because I touched it. Kind of let it, alcohol dries quickly. I use 91% alcohol. And I'm centering that. And then I do the same thing. Take the bottom first. So I make sure that it is centered. And then I'm going to tape the top. And then I'm going to tape the sides. That's it. So I have the image. You kind of make sure that it's nice and snug on there. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to come back and I'm going to just get for the extra, just put the paper over it, because sometimes what happens when this goes into the oven, you will have like a discoloration. So because I don't want that, I'm going to put the paper around it to make sure that when it cooks, it's not going to give me two different colors. Because sometimes it will kind of burn the exposed parts. So I don't want that. This one here, I had done the front of this one here. I'm going to put on the back. Same thing. Make sure that you put it the right way. Because the worst thing would be is that you do this and then you see you did it backwards or upside down. So you want to make sure. Take the bottom again. I'm going to take the top. It just makes it a little bit easier, especially in these cups that have the warp bottom. I'm going to take the side. And then the other side. All right. And there it is. So I'm gonna come back in when I'm doing the extra paper over it. I'm gonna show you a couple of those, and then I'm gonna show you when it's time for me to bake it and show you what the final product looks like. All right, so I went ahead and, like I said before, I was gonna go ahead and wrap the all I did is just took some of the extra sublimation paper that I had, and I just kind of wrap it around the glass, because I do not want, when it's finished, that I have a two-tone. I want to make sure that they have the same tone and it's not burnt. Sometimes I know in the past where I've seen I've done the ceramic mugs, and then when I did the ceramic mugs, I noticed that they were two different colors when I didn't do that. So if you're having that problem, that might be a fix. Go ahead and just wrap. Doesn't look too pretty, but hopefully it'll work. Right now I have the oven is heating up, and I have my 12 shot glasses ready. Or I have one that I left. So I have my 12 shot glasses ready, and I am going to go ahead and let me just wrap this last one, and then I'm going to go ahead and start the baking process. My oven right now is heating at 400 degrees. Okay, so my oven is set at 400 degrees and it's on the turbo, so I'm going to go ahead and put in 4 of the shot glasses at a time. Now let me do this right. I'm going to get my glove. Have my heat gloves protect my hands, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to place it in there for 7.5 minutes to cook. I'm going to do 4 at a time. That way I make sure that I space it out enough. So the air could flow. I'm going to set it for 7 minutes, and then I'll let it bake and we'll see what happens. Alright, so the timer stopped. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Now looking at the inside, they look really good. You can see that came all the way through. Looks like it did a good job sublimating. Alright, let me put 4 more. I'm going to put the next set in there. And put it at the same time. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I'm going to unwrap those and see what they look like. Okay, so while that set is going, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Try to find a good part to take it off from. I'm going to take this here just to start it, so I can remove the tape. Let's see. This is just the extra piece that I put there, and I'm going to remove the artwork to reveal. Ooh, it is hot, so please bear that in mind that you're working with hot stuff. Okay. That is beautiful. See the back with the wedding. This is what they wanted for their wedding cups. See? Oh, this came out wonderful. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taking the rest of them. I know it looks backward to you guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set this down right there to dry. Not to dry, to cool down while I go ahead and remove the rest of these. Let me remove one more for the camera so you guys can see how they look. Sorry, this tape is getting caught on my finger. So, getting off the extra wrapping. And then I'm going to remove the tape for the actual cup down. This is for my cousin's wedding. Came out beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of these and I'll get back to you when they're done. So real quick, one of the ways that you're going to know when this is done, this is before I put in the oven. See, it's all white, you can't see through it. But then once they come out of the oven, if you look inside, it comes right through. So that's a good way for you to know when it's done. So I removed all of them. This is how they look. Note that I am not putting it in water because this is glass and it's very, very hot. 400 degrees is very, very hot. And if you put it into water, you're going to crack or break that glass. You're going to compromise the glass. So my advice would be to just leave it out so that it can air cool. It cools down with the air, with the natural air around you. And then when it becomes room temperature, then is when I would advise to do anything else with it. But for right now, I'm just going to let it go ahead and cool down.